Honourable Kate Wilkinson.
Thank you, Mr Speaker. Mr Speaker, I'm pleased to stand to speak and support the Taxation Canterbury Earthquake Measures Bill at its second reading. This bill, Mr Speaker, is one of a number of actions the government is taking to support Cantabrians and help rebuild Christchurch and indeed Canterbury. Yesterday's budget revealed even more extent of that support to the tune of $5.5 billion. Mr Speaker, this bill is practical. Many words have been spoken about the September and February earthquakes in this House. They are certainly events that will never be forgotten. This bill represents another concrete action to provide help where people could be negatively affected by current tax law. As we've heard, the main features of the bill include an exemption, so businesses will not have to pay tax and gift duty on trading stock they have donated up to the 31st of March 2012 for relief from the effects of both Canterbury earthquakes. Also exempted from tax will be certain welfare contributions provided by employers within 8 weeks of either the September or the February earthquake. The other two matters in the bill extend the redundancy tax credit to 30 September 2011 and provide the Commissioner of Inland Revenue with the power in emergency situations to exclude certain income from counting for working for families' entitlement purposes. Mr Speaker, this government continues to work hard to rebuild Canterbury and provide all the assistance necessary to the local communities. The $5.5 billion for the new Canterbury Earthquake Recovery Fund announced yesterday is obviously a big part of that too. We're talking about spending on local infrastructure and social services. We're talking roads, water, schools, hospitals, welfare support and wage subsidies. This is $5.5 billion going directly into the Canterbury region. And this is talking about jobs, Mr Speaker. This money will bring with it employment. It will see tradesmen and support services flowing into the region with the locals to be the first to pick up the jobs they need. Mr Speaker, rebuilding Canterbury after two particularly nasty earthquakes is going to be a long and difficult task. For many, the grief remains very real and very personal. But we do have to move forward and rebuild our lives and our region, and this government is committed to providing the resources to do this. So to break that $5.5 billion down a little more, we have $1.1 billion already allocated to local infrastructure, $85 million on assets like schools and hospitals, $521 million on welfare and emergency support, and $3.2 billion in the back pocket for future decisions like land remediation and as needed for further infrastructure. It goes without saying, Mr Speaker, that everyone would prefer we never had to endure either of the September or February earthquakes or the aftershocks. We would love to spend a nice sunny autumn day walking down Cashel Mall and eating at a local cafe. But our reality has changed and now we get on with what needs to be done. Mr Speaker, this government is working hard for Canterbury. This bill forms part of the overall picture as we continue to respond to the circumstances people are facing. There is quite some way to go yet, but piece by piece this government is providing the necessary tools and resources to help Cantabrians reclaim their lives and move forward. This bill is part of that toolkit and I support the bill.
Honourable Ruth Dyson.